Here's a great question. What lesson did you have to learn for yourself? No one could teach it to you. You couldn't get it from a video or a class. You just had to go through it to learn it. You see, I love learning from other people. I love learning from videos. I love all the educational stuff that's available to us through our phone. But I've found the lessons that changed me the most are the ones I had to learn for myself. My mom, when I was 16, I thought I figured it out, maybe 14, 15, 16, somewhere in there. And I thought, yeah, the problem with my life is not me, my immaturity and selfishness. It's my mom. My mom is the problem. So I'm going to go off and live with my biological father. I'm going to go find him. And I sat down with my mom. I said, give me a Greyhound ticket. I'm done with living here. I was just a punk. I was rude. And my mom looked at me, didn't yell at me, didn't argue with me. In fact, had grace in her eyes. And she said, you ought to know who your dad is. And she gave me the Greyhound ticket. And I sincerely think she was hoping I would go down there and find something that really would help me. I think she was more worried about me not being happy than I was worried about me not being happy. But I went to my father's house, long ways away, and it only took me a couple weeks to realize my problem was not my mother. My problem is not even my father. It was deeper than that, more significant than that. That's when I first started maturing and thinking, you know what? I got control over no one, barely even me. And if there's a problem in my life, I need God and I need to own the responsibility for getting help from God. Not pointing my finger, not blaming, not being blind. I need to learn the lesson for myself. When I came back, my mom graciously said nothing. She just gave me a hug. What does all this have to do with the Bible? I want you to look at 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 8. During a time of great persecution in the churches of Asia Minor, here's what Paul says. Though you have not seen Christ, you love him. Even though you do not see him now, you believe in him and are filled with inexpressible and glorious joy. That's a strange sentence. What does it mean? Well, first of all, Peter had seen Christ. He's meaning this literally. There's a lot of people walking around when Peter writes this that had seen Christ physically. And he's saying, you guys did not get that grace, that blessing, and yet somehow in the midst of your worst trials, you've learned this lesson. Trusting Christ is better than trusting anyone else. Man, if you can learn that lesson for yourself, and I'll tell you this, I'll give you a little hint. Sometimes you have to go through the hardest things to learn that lesson. It was really on that trip that I started to say, I have to give grace to everyone, including my mom, my dad, myself, and I have to trust the only person that is trustworthy. I'm not going to find the answer in another human being. I'm going to find the answer in Christ. What a great lesson to learn for yourself. My friend, who do you really trust? That's the question I want you to ask today. Who are you really looking to change your life? Is it your boss, your kids, your spouse, your parents, your teacher? I'm going to tell you the bad news is none of those really will be able to change you and fix you and add to you what you need. There's only one person, and that's your Creator. Today, would you just find a little moment of prayer right after this and say, God, help me put my focus and trust on you. Help me give grace to everyone else, but truly have faith in you.